أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم وبه نستعين ربي اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي أما بعد السلام عليكم جميعا ورحمة الله وبركاته. We have something really amazing tonight. It's something that we all yearn to kiss and to be blessed. It's a beautiful piece of a banner that was on the qubbah of Sayyida Zaynab salamullahi alayha from the holy shrine of Bibi Zaynab salamullahi alayha. And then it traveled to Imam al-Hussein alayhi salam, and then to Abul Fadl al-Abbas, and to London. And tonight, our sister Madiha Raza, she is the head of World Federation Aid. She's present here. I will request her to come forward and bring the banner with all the zuwars who went to Sayyida Zaynab salamullahi alayha in October 2017. Can we have a loud salawat, please? Thank you very much. Inshallah, you will be able to kiss this beautiful banner once the program is over tonight, inshallah, and gain proximity and blessings from the barakah of Sayyida Zaynab salamullahi alayha. Can we have a salawat, please? I will begin with an ayah from the Holy Quran, Surah Ali Imran, ayah number 192. For those of you who would like to refer to this beautiful ayah from the Holy Quran, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says it so beautifully. لَن تَنَالُوا الْبِرَّ حَتَّى تُنْفِقُوا مِمَّا تُحِبُّونَ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given a profound message, and He mentions, لَن تَنَالُوا الْبِرَّ. You will not attain righteousness. You will not be able to do anything good. حَتَّى تُنْفِقُوا مِمَّا تُحِبُّونَ. Until and unless you give it away selflessly. مِمَّا تُحِبُّونَ. Something that you love most. How many of us look at this glass? And when you look at this glass, what will you think about this glass? Most of us will look at it as, well, it doesn't have much water. But I look at it as a glass half full. And we all need to think about it. That in this world, we live where human beings have become compassionate fatigue. There's apathy. People have lost that spirit of giving away. My little journey began 3 years ago when I was constantly worried and concerned about the plight of Syria. I constantly watched the news, and I used to think to myself, with all the sanctions, how am I going to do this? How am I going to reach there? How many times did I think about this? And I started talking about my little dream with my friends, and I shared my dream. And I asked them that how possibly can we reach out to the plight of the Syrians, to the plight of the Syrian orphans. I shared this with a lot of people, and I had this people coming up to me and telling me, Nasim auntie, you're crazy. You can't do this. How can you? There's sanctions. You can't help. It's not possible. The funds will not reach there. You can't go there. So I saw some posts and emails from a man who used to constantly send messages from Syria from 2011 onwards, this is a man, Qasim Asadi, a scholar, a professor in Arabic language. He used to constantly message people around the world, on the ground, in the battlefront, and telling people that people come and help. He was there when others fled. He sacrificed. And I saw these emails coming. And in 2015, I messaged him and I said, Sheikh, how can we help you? He said, well, whatever you can. With a lot of pride and dignity, he would never tell me the needs on the ground. And I kept asking, and I kept asking. And I said, look, we are here to help you. And he said, well, there's a surgery. There's a woman who's lost her family. She's lost her legs. And she needs artificial legs. Can you help? Is there any way that we can help? And I said, of course. And I started talking and I approached. And one of the first founder people that I approached was Dr. Muslim Khoja. I sat with him, I had meetings with him, and I said, Muslim Bhai, how can we help? And this is how the journey begins. We had meetings, and our first trip to Syria was in February 2017. What a trip. We were 12 of us. We had no idea where we are going. It was bitter winter, but we had that spirit of giving what we love most. And what is this, what we want to give? It's our hearts, our minds, our spirit, our time, our energy. And mashallah, I had these selfless volunteers who started baking cakes in the house, in the Jamaat, in the Imam Bargas. And they started this beautiful passion, and they were with me. Nasim auntie, we are with you. And this is how the journey begins. Sister Ismat, are we having any slides? So in February, bitter winter, we go to a journey, crossing the borders. We've left our family members at home. We've left our children. We've left our comforts. And this is the journey beginning. Why? Because I see and I get this inspiration from a woman who goes up to the courts of Yazid, and she says so profoundly, "Ma ra'aytu illa jamila." When Ibn Ziyad looks at her, this noble lady, and puts her down, and she says, "I see nothing but beauty." She has lost her brother, slaughtered on the grounds of Karbala. Her children have been slaughtered. Her nephews have been slaughtered. And she makes this journey. She looks after the captives. She looks after the orphans. And there she goes. And she, as a prisoner, looks after these orphan children. And she makes her journey from Karbala to Kufa, Kufa to Sham, with those unending trauma, psychologically, emotionally, mentally. But she stood firm, telling the world that I see nothing but beauty. Is there any beauty having lost your family? Is there any beauty having lost your property, your comfort zones, everything that you had? You give it away in the way of Allah. And there she strongly, boldly tells the world. And these are her words that made me get this spark, this energy, this drive, this humble effort, that I wanted to tell the world. That, you know what? I wanted to tell the world and the people of Syria that we are there for you.
Area. This is
Imagine this world that we live in, the media that propagates.
We're trying to support. Everybody behind me and around are all widows whose husbands have passed away in the conflict. They're people that we're trying to support. They're about 20% of the total amount, less than 20%. This is just, one of the small areas that we're covering. We're also sending aid to two cities that you may not have heard of in the news, Kafaria and Fua, and they're under siege. They have 20,000 people. They have no access to food, electricity, gas, any kind of aid. The only thing we can do is send aid by choppers, and they drop them into the cities because they're under siege. They're ambushed by ISIS, and the only way they can get any kind of aid is through the air. But by the time it falls down and it gets scattered, a lot of the medication is spread out, and these people are stuck. They have no way of getting out. They're surrounded, and there are people that really need your help. If you've donated, thank you so much. If you haven't, please consider donating. Thank you so much.
Most famously known, the most elite road or the street in Sham at, say, the Zaynab area. And you can see that this place was very posh. There were beautiful shops here, beautiful restaurants. People used to come and enjoy the meals, the ziyara. They used to buy stuff here. And look at what you see right now here. This is the place known as Hijira. It's completely decapitated. You can just see the state of this place. Complete ruins. I mean, I am absolutely shocked looking at the whole street. Look at the buildings. People used to live here. There were children, women, men. And just slightly walking back towards, coming towards my right, you can see that the Syria Hotel is towards that end. And you can see that the holy shrine is also Bibi Zaynab's shrine on my right side. And the Sultan used to come, and they would come and pray and make that pilgrimage. And you can see children today. Look at the state of the children. And these are the unspoken children of this country. And these are our people. I'm completely heartbroken. No words to say.
There's a lot more to discuss, to share the plight, but I'm very positive, I'm very hopeful, and I want to leave you with a lot of positivity, that you can make a difference. Each one of you has the potential to respond to the call of Hal min Nasirin Yansurna. Is there anyone to support and aid us? Can we have the last slide, please? And then I will share a few things before I will conclude my presentation, please.
So this is Sayyida Zaynab. As you can see in the distance, there's Syria Hotel. Syria Hotel, obviously the hotel that everybody knows. I used to live here 5 years ago, and the place used to be incredibly buzzing. But now if you look around, it's absolutely destroyed. This is the Hijira roundabout. This used to be absolutely packed with traffic, and now it's just reduced to nothing. They've had to put a blockade in, and the whole area has been absolutely demolished. So we pray that it slowly develops. I remember I used to come to this shop just here and get my daily shawarma on the way back from university. This and the whole area around it is completely quiet, derelict since the conflict began. You can see the rubble. Buildings have been absolutely annihilated. And this is only the beginning. I've been told this goes on for miles and miles and miles. This place needs a lot of money to be built back up to where it was. Just going down here a little bit, we've been given permission to do a quick video. You can see the haram of Sayyida Zaynab in the distance. You might be able to see the minaret. And it's devastating, just remembering the hustle, bustle, trying to haggle with taxi drivers when I was here, living here. There's the haram in the distance. Uncles, what do you think of this, uncles? What do you think of this? It's been destroyed, huh?
I've seen all these scenes on video, but no, it's unbelievable. Unless you see it in person, it's quite unbelievable.
Yeah, Sadiq uncle, what do you think?
Terrible.
It's
It takes years
bad, huh?
and years.
Absolutely, and I'm sure all the people that used to live here will need somewhere to live.
Yeah.
Orphans, widows.
Yeah, no, my heart bleeds.
Absolutely, it's
Yeah.
just going further down. And I've been told the terrorists, the ISIS, used to come from way down this road, way down other roads, and did everything they possibly could to try and get into Sayyidah Zaynab. But an army drafted at the last minute from ordinary people was able to save the area. So we pray for this area. We pray people are slowly going about their lives. You can see lots of bullet holes everywhere. And we pray that slowly people continue to have the spirit and are able to rebuild things to how they were. Thank you very much.
Allah, please grab yourself a copy of the leaflet from the World Federation Aid. Please try and support these desperate lives of the orphans and the widows. Make a difference, and I know you will make a difference to the plight of Zaynabiyah and the plight of Syria. I would like to thank each one of you for coming this evening and sharing your time with us. Inshallah, may Allah reward you in abundance. I would like to thank my brothers from London, Dr. Hani Al-Banna, such an inspiring man, such a dedicated man. Alhamdulillah. Let us be selfless, inshallah, and work for the pleasure of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I would like to thank Sister Elia Ali, Sister Musarat Bandali, and all the selfless volunteers who have baked beautiful desserts, absolutely amazing. Please do buy these desserts. There's shellas there. There's a lot of things happening just in the next hall. Please, please, whatever you buy, all the funds, everything that we earn tonight, inshallah, it's all going to be for the plight of the Syrian orphans and the widows. I would like to thank each one of you. Please enjoy your night with some luscious pilau, this beautiful pilau, and inshallah, make yourselves comfortable during this evening. Thank you so much. Thank you very much. Wassalamu alaikum jami'an wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.